not the start you would have been hoping for, but a positive response from the whole team, the whole club, to get it back so close 3-2 at the end.
Yeah, it wasn't the start that we had hoped for. We had a good crowd, a good home crowd, and Partick had brought a good following as well. So it was a good atmosphere. But unfortunately for us, the first half we didn't perform. Simple as that. Partick were clinical on the day, but like you've rightly said, the positives that we take from it is how we finished the game. I thought our fitness levels were very good, and the fact that we were a threat from set plays and scored 2, and we had several other opportunities to get back in the game is something that we build on going into this weekend's game now.
Yeah, Raith obviously didn't have the result they would have been hoping for. It's all to play for this weekend, but if you can get that win, that could be your stepping stone. A reaction, I presume, you're looking to get from the players. I
think we've had the reaction once we went 3-0 down, but like you say, all week this week they've trained very well. They're a hard-working bunch anyway, but it was been a good reality check from us after winning 4 out of 4 in the cup. So I think there's been a different shift in their mentality that we've seen this week, which we're hopeful for taking into the game on Saturday.
Do you think because of the way the game went, it's not actually dented the confidence at all? Because I'm sure if you'd been able to play Partick immediately after, it wouldn't have been a 3-2 game in the way it was.
No, I understand what you're saying, and yes, it was one of those. Like I say, the first goal is a deflection, the second goal is just an error, but taking nothing away from Partick, they were clinical with the finishing, and then like you say, the way that we went about it second half, the chances that we created, these are all things that we've sort of like reaffirmed to the players this week to rightly, like you say again, to keep their confidence high and going into this game on Saturday.
Raith Rovers maybe hadn't quite the momentum you had going into the opening day of the season, but what have you made of them so far? And I'm guessing have you managed to see elements of their defeat at Cove?
No, I've watched that game, saw the game against Aberdeen as well, so I like the way that they play, the way that they try and play out from the back, and they've got some good footballers, that's for sure, and obviously we know that it's going to be a challenge for us again on Saturday, and we've prepared properly, we've trained on Astro all week for it, and so looking forward to going there and, like you say, looking at the performance from our boys.
For you, is it just important to get that first league win on the board, obviously after a bit of a disappointing start, but just get the league win going and then keep them coming after that?
Yeah, certainly. I think the sooner you get that first win, it does settle everybody down. Supporters, staff, players. But we will focus on the processes that we have done all pre-season with the players. Like I say, we're only 6 weeks in, but I've been pleased with how we've progressed. Obviously, last Saturday the goals were disappointing, but the way that the attacking play that we produced last Saturday is really pleasing. So we're aware of tightening up at the back and still playing our football, and that will hopefully get us that first victory.
And something we spoke about during the cup run is that goals coming from defenders, and again, both goals coming from defenders. And is it just from you, that if the attackers can add 1 or 2 as well in those games, then you've got plenty of goals in the team?
I think that, again, another positive from that is, like you say, the defenders contributing and scoring the goals. But everybody will tell you that you want to be having your strikers scoring, and we've got quite a few that have opened the account already. And Yak's got 4 I think it was 4 in 4 in the cup. So we know that he can score goals, but I'm pleased with the contribution of other areas as well.
And just the season only a game underway, but is there any more kind of players that you're looking to add to the squad for the season ahead?
Yeah, listen, I think how long's left now? 27 days, 28 days. So it's a long way to go yet in that. And if the right player becomes available and we think he can fit in with how we want to go about it this year, then that would be something that would be for me to take to the board.
And just finally for myself, any team use ahead of the weekend?
Gowser's back in, so Gowser's back in, so we're pleased with that. There'll be a late call on Ben Williamson, who came off last week, and Finn Robertson just picked up a niggle in a bounce game that we had on Tuesday, which got Lee Ashcroft his first minutes. So that was really good from that point of view. But we'll make an assessment on Finn as well tomorrow.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Looking at the game on Saturday, was that maybe a good time to have that result? So that's out the system. Players know they're not infallible. Win every game from now.
Well, I was going to say, quite a few people have said that to me. I understand what the question is. I've never really met a good time to have a defeat, if I'm being honest. But no, it was like you say, it was probably, a wake-up call for us. But we've identified areas in which we feel we can improve and get better, and that's always going to be the case when you've got a new manager coming in and we've only been at it 6 weeks with him versus managers that have been in place for a long time. So it takes time, but we've got to start eradicating that and learning very quickly.
How are the players coping with it being a long game? It's not a short game or a sprint. It's a
yes.
marathon. You've got so many games to play. It's the end result that's important rather than winning every week.
It's always a marathon, that's for sure, like you say. But we've got to just concentrate on the process, which we've done again this week, and just homing in on those skills and making us better again. To, like I say, without focusing on the outcome, just going through the processes, and if we take care of them, then the outcome will follow.
How difficult is it being the odds-on favourite for the league? And is that something that's a weight on people's shoulders?
I didn't know we were odds-on favourite, so I've just learnt that there. So that tells you where we're coming from with it. We're not looking at it like that. We're just obviously, no matter who I was in charge of, my ultimate aim, I've got brought up that no matter what you compete in, you try and win it. And so, there's lots of managers that will be in the league saying the same thing.
And star striker now, obviously, Cammy Kerr, more goals this season in his career. It must be some good.
It was just come about. We do something in training where it's sort of like focus on set plays, and I just sort of like said to him, look, you go and have a go with it, and he scored, and then he scored again, and then he scored again in training, and that week we said, right, well, you better put him in the box, and it was as simple as that. I wish it was some rocket scientist theory, but it wasn't. It was just something as simple as that from training, and he told me he didn't go forward last season, but he's done it, and he's now known as Cammy the Magnet, so long may that continue.
Does that just bring us up to speed then? Obviously I've not spoken till right now.
Yeah.
Was it quite a quick connection and quite a quick move to come up here last week?
Yeah, definitely it was a quick move. I was called by the gaffer here, and he just told me about the interest in me, and after that it moved quite quickly.
He's obviously got a huge name, a big reputation in football, and has done some great things at some big clubs. He's got huge ambitions for Dundee, obviously, and I'm guessing you're delighted to be a part of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I spoke to him and I was asking him about, the goals and things like that, and I was impressed, and also I was looking forward to be a part of it. So when I saw the opportunity, I more or less took it. Yeah.
Now, one thing I always think is quite crucial, particularly for a young footballer, you're coming to a club where hopefully they'll be looking to win almost all of their games. So the expectation is that they can win home and away throughout this league. Is that quite a good thing to be into, because you're always going to be on the front foot? Yeah,
I mean it's a good environment to be in, where you're almost expected to win. It adds a bit of pressure that you want to have on you, especially as a young player. Yeah.
The flip side is obviously they didn't win on Saturday, and crucially, Raith Rovers, I think, that came up to Cove Rangers on the same day, they would have expected to get a better result than they did. So it's going to be a really big crunch game this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, every game's an important game, so you just take it one game at a time, and you don't really look. I don't think you want to look too far ahead. You just want to just focus on each game, and just focus on winning.
Now, the football world's pretty small, as I keep finding out. Players seem to have crossed paths all over. Is there anyone that you know that's playing in Scotland that you kind of touch base with to say, look, what's it like? Or is this really just all on you?
Yeah, it's all quite new, to be honest. I know Egli Kadjo, who was at Livingston a couple seasons ago. He was at Wimbledon with me last year, so like I spoke to him a little bit just about how it was for him. But no, I don't really know anyone here at all.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, there's a couple of lads that I know that were at Wimbledon. There's Big Sam Cosgrove was there.
Yeah, he was there last year as well.
And Dapo, that was, I think, well known from
Watford, yeah. Yeah, I love Daps, yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah.
I spotted him when I thought he's going to make it, but he's having to fight pretty hard.
Yeah, he's having to fight, but you know, everyone has to fight, to be honest, and he's a good player. I have confidence in him, yeah.
Now, in terms of your ambitions for Dundee, is it just literally get as many minutes on the pitch and bring success?
Yeah, for me, I want to play, I want to score goals and enjoy my football, yeah. And
so far, what did you make of the kind of the home crowd and the stadium at Dens? It's old school, but it's got a vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was, you know, it was definitely old school, and I definitely enjoyed the atmosphere. Yeah.
Fantastic. Best of luck this weekend.
Say again, sorry.
Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
And obviously going into the game against Raith Rovers off the back of that kind of disappointing defeat, is it kind of important for yourself and the rest of the squad to just get that first league win out of the way, and then you can just kind of move past and keep going?
Yeah, obviously you're disappointed not to win, and you want to get wins under your belt, but I don't think it's too much where you want to just put the pressure on yourself to get the win. You go wanting to win every game, so we'll try and do that on the weekend.
And obviously a bit disappointing in defeat, but kind of, I suppose a big positive in the squad is that there was a real fight back, you know, kind of getting 2 goals from going 3 behind and kind of almost getting a point near the end. And is that something that shows that the squad's got a real kind of fight in?
Yeah, definitely. It shows the character of the squad. Obviously, you can't go down 3 goals every game, but you know, if you unfortunately do, showing the fight to come back and almost put it back anyway, it's a good sign. Yeah.
Great, cheers.
How important is it to park what happened last week and start afresh on Saturday when Raith Rovers?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously important to not dwell too much on the past. You always want to look forward, but you also have to learn from, you know, what the mistakes that were made and the things that could be changed.
What sort of challenges do you see coming for yourself and for Dundee this coming season as you progress through?
Well, personally for myself, a challenge definitely is moving away from home, you know, somewhere where I'm by myself and, you know, quite far away. But at the same time, I'm kind of embracing that. I'm looking forward to it, to the season ahead. And for Dundee, us as a collective, you know, the challenge of people expecting things from you is always going to be a challenge. Yeah.
How have you fitted into the dressing room, and how have you enjoyed meeting new players?
Yeah, I've loved it, to be honest. It's a very good dressing room, one of the best that I've been in. But yeah, everyone's welcomed me with open arms.